Hi, I'm Nicholeen Peck, and I'm a parenting and relationship expert. I also love the topic of education and how people learn certain things. I know that there's two different types of intelligence. Well, actually, there's probably more. There's emotional intelligence, there's academic intelligence, and there's also practical intelligence. Practical intelligence is really powerful. In fact, the people that usually end up jumping out into leadership in the world are the people who know how to communicate with other people. They have leadership skills. They know how to take risks and step out of their comfort zones. They're innovators. They start new things. You know what? These people have practical intelligence. So one thing that is a big part of practical intelligence is social development. Many people have asked me how to teach my child social skills. Well, that's what this video is all about. There are three different ways that we can learn social. So we can learn social from same-age peers, which I think a lot of people think is a good way to learn social. Or we can learn social from the media, which I would think many people would not trust necessarily learning their social skills from the media. Or we can learn our social skills in a very historical way, which is from our family. Now, what do you think about that idea? What I've recognized is the majority of people would like to help their children learn social skills, how to teach them how to succeed with other people. If you're that type of person, this is the video for you. Every great teacher knows that the most important teaching principle is teaching by example. If the teacher's not doing it, the student's not going to do it either. Well, the same goes for our social skills. If we are going to teach our children how to have great social skills, we have to have great social skills too. So I want you to write down on a piece of paper what your great social skills are. Do you reach out to other people? Do you step outside of your comfort zone? Do you compliment people? Are you optimistic? What are some of your social strengths? There are many social strengths to have. Write those things down. Then also on another sheet of paper, write down what your social struggles are. You need to know that because what your social struggles are will probably be the same social struggles that your children have. I homeschooled 4 of my children. I didn't get to homeschool any of my foster children, but all of my biological children I homeschooled. And let me tell you what everybody asks you when you choose to homeschool your children. They always say, what about the social? And everyone's really worried about that. And I thought about that question a lot as I embarked upon this journey of teaching my children at home. And I thought to myself, is there going to be enough social development? Because social is important. That practical intelligence factor actually is oftentimes what takes a person to that next level of success in relationships as well as in business and many other things. And I wanted my children to have that edge just like everybody else does. I also knew that my social skills were some of my greatest strengths. But then I started looking around me, family to family, and remembering friends from when I was young, and thinking of their parents, and I recognized something. I recognized that a person is only as social as their parents are. It is very rare for a person to adopt better social skills than their parents had, unless they had more association with people who were outside of the family. Some parents might ask, yes, well, I have a child who has social skills that are worse than me. They're definitely not better than me. In fact, I feel like they had better ones and then they've gotten worse. Well, then I might be asking you, well, what other factor has been coming in as a big presence in that child's life? Are they spending a lot of time on TV, video games, the media? Are they spending a lot of time with friends and not as much time with family? Well, then that could start to be the dominant influence in the life of the child. But hopefully, if we're doing things correctly, we maintain that dominant social influence in the lives of our children, and they will become just as social as we are, which means if we're constantly improving our social skills, they are going to directly benefit from that great example. One thing we can do to help our children have good social education is to be deliberate about the process. It shouldn't be any secret that a person grows and develops social skills. In fact, you should talk openly about the fact that you're going to be helping your child develop social skills. You should make lists with your child of what skills they are good at and what social skills they need help with. This isn't something that's shameful. Everyone works on skills they don't have. Just like if I was good at playing the piano, looking at the music, but I wasn't good at sight reading, then I would say, I need to work on sight reading. And that wouldn't be any personal slam to me. But some people take their social skills very personally, and they feel like there might be something wrong with them as a person if they have to work on social skills. Make sure that any conversations that you have with your children are very open and casual, and don't carry that feeling that just because there's something we're working on socially that there's anything wrong with the person, because there certainly is not. So make goals with your child. In fact, have checkup times with them on a regular basis so that they can see that they're actually progressing socially. You may even want to factor in a few things like positive consequences with some of this social training that you're doing. If you set a goal, for instance, that your child will choose not to complain, did you know that complaining is a bad social skill? It's called negative attention seeking, and it makes people not want to be around you. So maybe you say, you know, I've noticed that you have a problem with complaining. This is a negative social skill. We're going to work on this. Every time that you complain, this is how we'll handle it, and this will be the negative consequence. But every time you choose to be optimistic, we're going to recognize that, and we're actually going to show you a positive consequence. And this will be the positive. Maybe there'll be some sort of little point system for a short period of time. Don't ever do things like that for too long because they don't last. Or maybe there will be something like a treat or something occasionally if they choose to conquer that deliberately on purpose. Social training is vital for the success and the happiness of your child. Make sure you deliberately make plans for how you can improve your social development and theirs. If you've enjoyed this video, you're going to love the next video, which is how to parent a strong-willed child. Go ahead and click over here. You'll love it.